Command your focus. Envision the final seconds of a tied playoff game, the deafening roar of the crowd suddenly choked into a single, collective gasp. The ball is inbound, arcing towards the player everyone expects, the one whose very presence bends time and expectation. He dribbles across half-court, the clock's relentless countdown echoing like a death knell in the cavernous arena. His defender clings to him, a desperate shadow, knowing what's coming but powerless to stop it. He stops, rises, a silhouette against the blinding lights, from a distance that defies logic, a shot launched not merely from three-point range, but from a dimension where human limitations simply cease to apply. The ball hangs in the air, a suspended moment of absolute certainty and crushing dread, before ripping through the net with a silent, devastating swish. This isn't just a shot, it's an execution, a declaration, an unyielding manifestation of will that has carved an indelible mark into the fabric of basketball history. He stands there, surveying the aftermath, an almost unsettling calm etched on his face, as if he knew the outcome before the ball ever left his fingertips, as if he simply followed an internal, unwavering directive. This is the realm of Damian Lillard, a domain where the impossible becomes routine, where pressure is not merely managed, but weaponized. From the moment he stepped onto the grandest stage, he defied every whispered doubt, every speculative dismissal that shadowed his path from a smaller university. Many scouts, before the draft, questioned his ability to transition from a smaller school like Weber State to the NBA, doubting his athleticism and size against the league's titans. Yet, he didn't just adapt, he reshaped the very definition of a point guard, not through explosive dunks or dazzling passes, but through an almost preternatural command of space and time. His deep three-pointers are more than just long shots, they are psychological warfare, forcing opponents to guard him from absurd distances, stretching defenses to breaking points, creating ripples of strategic chaos. Each pull-up from 28 feet, each logo shot with the game on the line, isn't just an audacious attempt, it's a cold, calculated strike, a precise incision into the heart of an opposing team's morale. He doesn't just score, he shatters confidence, leaving behind a profound sense of helplessness in his wake. His loyalty to a single franchise, the Portland Trail Blazers, became a rare beacon in an era of super teams and constant player movement, yet it also seemed to tether him to a perpetual state of singular responsibility. This isn't just about staying put, it's about bearing the entire weight of expectation, year after year, without wavering, without seeking an easier path. He became a living embodiment of leadership, not through vocal theatrics, but through an unyielding commitment to performance, a silent vow to carry his team through every single high-pressure moment. Consider the statistical anomaly of his dominance. He became the first player in NBA history to record 60-plus points and 10-plus assists in a single game, a staggering display of individual offensive power fused with playmaking brilliance that speaks to a deeper, almost unsettling mastery over the game's ebb and flow. His fearlessness isn't merely the absence of fear, it's an active, predatory defiance of it, a willingness to shoulder every burden, to take every shot, regardless of the consequences, because failure is simply not an option in his internal lexicon. The unwavering gaze, the unflinching resolve in the most critical junctures, hints at a deeper mechanism at play, a rigorous internal protocol that allows him to function with such precision under extreme duress. It's an almost obsessive focus, a dedication that transcends typical athletic preparation. Away from the roar of the crowd, beneath the bright lights of the stadium, he channels this immense pressure into an unlikely creative outlet. He records his rap albums, often writing lyrics on the team plane or bus, as a crucial, almost ritualistic outlet for his intense mental pressure and focus, transforming internal tension into a rhythmic, lyrical expression of control. This isn't a hobby, it's a necessary mechanism, a way to download the relentless expectations, the internal algorithms of greatness, into a tangible form, allowing him to reset, to recalibrate, to remain perpetually sharp. This meticulous mental regimen transforms him from an athlete into a living, breathing program, executing sequences with chilling accuracy, each clutch shot a line of code flawlessly run. But what if this relentless pursuit of individual greatness, this unwavering loyalty, this cold, clinical fearlessness, is not entirely his own conscious choice? What if the Dame Time isn't a moment he creates, but a force that possesses him, a preordained sequence he is bound to fulfill. The sheer consistency of his high-stakes heroics, the predictable unpredictability of his game winners, begins to feel less like human excellence and more like a deeply embedded script. His legendary shots, often from impossible distances, defying statistical probability with unnerving regularity, start to suggest a pattern too perfect to be random, too precise to be purely organic. It's as if an unseen hand guides his decisions, his movements, his very destiny on the court. The unease settles when you realize that his control is so absolute, his will so unyielding, that it might extend beyond the game itself, subtly influencing the expectations of everyone around him, binding them to his narrative of loyalty and inevitable climax. He doesn't just play the game, he dictates it, bending reality to his will, drawing every player, every fan, every silent observer into the inescapable gravity of his protocol, a system from which there seems to be no escape, no alternative path. Or perhaps, you're already playing his game, and you don't even know the rules.